everyone, Joshua Myers here, and welcome back for another video. And today I am going to be showcasing off my entire Halloween Michael Myers collection. So let's get right onto it.
He interrupted an important experiment in progress.
I am Chucky. Pennywise the Dancing Clown.
You already get you, I want to play a game.
So like I said in the beginning of this video, I'm showing off my complete Michael Myers Halloween collection. And I don't have too much stuff, but I have a decent amount of stuff. A couple of which you could see behind me, being the poster, which I'll show off in better detail. And this, that is the Trick or Treat Studios Halloween 2 Jack-O-Lantern prop. Got that a while ago. I might actually get a different one. I know they came out with the 1978 pumpkin. I would prefer that design, but this is a cool design nonetheless. So there's a few things I already showed you. So, and now let's move on to, oh wait, before I do, got this, you've seen it in my man cave videos and that. This is a Michael Myers pill I got from Spirit Halloween, and it says Slay on it. Yeah, so I don't have much in regards to Michael Myers. Oh yeah, I do, which I'll show you in better detail. It's over there, and that is the Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers throw blanket, which I got at Spirit Halloween. Anyway, in regards to that throw pillow, I know someone else who actually owns that, Danielle Harris, who played Jamie Lloyd in Halloween 4 and 5, and played Annie Brackett in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2. I've seen her in her videos. She apparently owns that same pillow too, so you knew. Okay, now we're moving on to the movies. Now, I'm not like people who collect like multiple versions of the same film, although I used to be that person. But to me, it just felt like a waste, and it didn't leave a lot of shelf space, you know, for movies I didn't have. So, yeah. And disclaimer too, I used to have the Halloween The Complete box set, which is no longer the Complete box set anymore. I may do a video talking about that. Yeah, I had the 15 disc box set when it came out back in 2014. And I love that box set, but I kind of foolishly gave up some because there were of the films I didn't really care that much for. And also I figured, you know, the ones I could get again, a lot of those were just repurposed discs and that from older releases. So the first one I got here is the one, the only, the classic John Carpenter's Halloween. So this is a new release DVD. I got it at Walmart for $10. You can still get it at Walmart for $10, and this is a Scream Factory edition. Well, Shout Factory, but Scream Factory. So Scream Factory, I didn't know they still made DVDs, and they do. So this is a Scream Factory / Shout Factory DVD release of the original Halloween. So for all of you who just want to pick up the original and that, don't care about whether it's Blu-ray or whatever, get a decent price. You can find it relatively available. Get the Scream Factory edition. And it's just a bare bones. There's no special features. It's only the movie. There's the original Halloween, and again, I still like how they use the poster art. That right there. It's an awesome poster. Halloween, the night he came home. Now, like I said, I used to have the Scream Factory box set, so I used to have this movie on Blu-ray. But to be honest, it's not one of my favorite films in the series, and you'll get to hear more of that later on. Because I am going to be one of the films I'm going to review for my 31 Days of Halloween review series this year is the original Halloween. Next year, well, maybe starting early next year, like maybe in the summer, something like that, I'll start to upload reviews of the rest of the Halloween films, which I did basically all the rest of them. I still need to do I need to go and review Halloween Resurrection, Halloween 2018, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And I still would need to review Halloween Ends when that comes out. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this movie. There's some good things in it, but it is kind of lower on my list. But it's not one of the worst films in the series, and that is the original Halloween 2, directed by Rick Rosenthal. More of the night. Again, this is an older DVD, older Universal DVD. Don't know when this DVD came out. Looks like... Yeah, I don't know when this DVD came out, so if anybody in the comments know when this specific release came out, let me know in the script. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, just like with the first DVD of Halloween, bare bones, no special features. Oh wait, there is a couple, but very minuscule. There's theatrical trailer, there's production notes, and cast and filmmaker bios. That's it. That's all you get in regards to special features on this. But for me, I just wanted to have the movie so that I have it in the collection. And yeah, got it for a pretty inexpensive price. So the original Halloween 2, I will admit that's kind of a cool poster art, but I do prefer the original poster art right here. That is a much better poster art than this. I wish they put that on here. But they did that for the Scream Factory Blu-ray, so, Speaking of Scream Factory, one of the films I did kept from that set is a movie I love, and you'll again hear about that more on this channel, is Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, the night no one came home. I love this movie. You're going to hear about that when I get to review this and maybe do some discussion videos on this film. I may do like maybe commentaries on this channel. If you guys want to see commentaries on this channel, please let me know. But yeah, this was a part of the 15 disc box set from Scream Factory, and this was one of the ones I kept. So yeah, it says has all the same special features of when Scream Factory first popped this out. So Scream Factory did Halloween 2 and 3, you know, before the box set on separate Blu-rays, and I used to have the separate Blu-ray of it until I got the box set, because I didn't need two versions of the same Blu-ray, like the exact same Blu-ray. So there's special features here. There's an audio commentary with writer and director Tommy Lee Wallace. There's a whole making of documentary called Stand Alone, the making of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, which features Tommy Lee Wallace, the director, Tom Atkins, Stacey Nelkin, Dick Warlock, Dean Cundy, and more. There's the Horrors Hall Grounds episode, which has Sean Clark, which he does have a YouTube channel now, and I actually been watching Sean's channel. His channel name is Malfunction, so go check him out down below. And he's still doing Horrors Hall Ground episodes to this day, and just for his channel. And yeah, he does have this one on there, as well as all the other ones he did for Scream Factory releases. Basically what Horrors Hall Grounds is basically Sean Clark, who hosts the show, goes around and visits a lot of the shooting locations for a lot of these films, and he did that for Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, and it was really cool. He went around with Tom Atkins in some shots, Tommy Lee Wallace, the director, and it was really cool seeing the filming locations of Halloween 3 many years later. And a lot of them still look the same. A lot of them. Some have changed, but a lot of them still look the same. This also includes a still gallery, theatrical trailers, and TV spots. For the most part, decent amount of special features, especially with the making of documentary, which is an hour long, hour and a half long. Great documentary, by the way. In regards to the transfer on this looks really good. I have yet to check out the 4Ks, because Scream Factory have been releasing 4Ks of each of the Halloween movies. They just they ended it with Halloween 5, so, which I heard Halloween 5 looks the best in 4K, surprisingly, like has the best transfer of them, like where you see the most difference. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, one of my faves. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Christian Hannah Horror, which he is now called Planet CHH on his channel. He's also a fan of this movie. Go check his channel out. He's also a fellow KillerFlix member. I love your channel. I've been following your channel for a long time. That some things about my channel you inspired me for. You definitely inspired my look of my man cave and everything, my horror room. Of course, I took my own liberties with it, of course. It's not like copy and paste your horror room. It's definitely have my own stamp on it. And so does my channel. I'm not trying to copy you whatsoever. I mean, some influence, yes. Like, I do like the look of your thumbnails. I'm kind of somewhat mimicking the look of your thumbnails. Hope that's okay. Yeah, go check him out. I'll put the link to his channel in the description box down below so you could go check him out. He seems like a really nice guy, really chill guy. Honestly, one of the most chill people I've seen in the horror community on YouTube. So yeah, go check him out. But yeah, he's a big fan of Halloween Free Season Witch, and honestly, I am too. Happy, happy Halloween, 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 happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Next up is another one of my favorite films. In fact, it definitely would be up within the top 5 of my favorite films in the franchise. And that is Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Now, I love this movie. I always have. This is an older DVD. This is the Anchor Bay Special Divimax Edition DVD. So yeah. Again, this was one of those I did have it on the Scream Factory box set. Then, I don't know why I gave up the Blu-ray. I don't know why. I guess at the time I just wasn't into the film. But over the course of time, I grew more fond of it. And I love this film. Still has some problems. Like, I don't like the look Michael in this. I know I had to do the poster here. Which, again, the poster art has a similar image. The mask. This is not the mask they use in film. This is really false advertising. And the mask doesn't look as good. And plus, George P. Lober as Michael Myers, while I think his performance is good, he just doesn't look right. Like his shoulder pads and everything that they had him wear made him look all too bulky and the masks just look weird. If they had gave him, like, let's say the original mask or something close to it, closer than what they got, and if they removed the shoulder pads, then I think he would have been, at least that would have been resolved, I think. And I think they did, because he returned to play Michael Myers in a later film, which we'll talk about. But yeah, this does have some special features, because again, it's a special edition DVD. It's the special Divimax edition. There's audio commentary with director Dwight H. Little. There's audio commentary with actors Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris, who played Ellie Cornell, who played Rachel, and Danielle Harris, who played Jamie Lloyd in the film. Which, by the way, Danielle Harris was great in that film. She was only like 10 or 11 or something like that when the film came out, and she did a great job, actually. And then there's a Halloween 4 and 5 discussion panel with the cast and crew, and then there's a theatrical trailer. So, again, a decent amount of special features here. There's the back for you. Disc isn't much special, it just shows the poster image. So yeah, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Again, one of my favorites. Oh, and I forgot to showcase off the backs and discards of the other ones, except for the original Halloween. So here's the discard for the Halloween Free Blu-ray. Here's the back. Here's the discard for the Halloween 2 DVD. It's just basic, it's just red and has Halloween 2 on it. And then here's the back of the DVD. Okay, now we're on to, honestly, one of my least favorite films in the franchise, and not saying a lot. It's actually kind of tied for me for the worst film in the franchise, and you'll again hear about this later on when I get to the review of this film, and eventually my rankings, and that is Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Michael is back, and this time they're ready. But we weren't ready for this piece of shit. Okay, so again, like I said, I love Halloween 4, and this film does so much so wrong. Again, I'm going to talk about this film later down the line. A lot of people pinpoint Halloween 4 for the, downfall of the franchise, But honestly, I do not think that's the case, because again, Halloween 4 is a great movie and a great follow-up to the original and to Halloween 2, and was a great return for Michael Myers at the time. Halloween 5, on the other hand, this I think you could pinpoint as the start of the downfall, like the start of the end for the Halloween franchise. And again, I may do a video about that where I discuss why I think that. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But I will admit the poster image is pretty cool. The poster art, like the original poster art especially, is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool poster. The movie, on the other hand, isn't as cool. But this is again the special DivMax edition of Halloween 5. This is an older release from Anchor Bay. There are some special features, just like with the Halloween 4 DivMax edition. There's an audio commentary with actor Don Shanks, who plays Michael Myers in the film. And then there's audio commentary with director Dominique Affinin-Girard and actors Daniel Harris and Jeffrey Landman, who I think Jeffrey Landman played Billy, the kind of stuttering kid that befriends Jamie, Daniel Harris's character in the film. So, and then there's a featurette Halloween 5 on set, and then there's a Halloween 5 original promo and a theatrical trailer. So it includes a little bit more special features than the Halloween 4 DivMax edition. So if you're a fan of Halloween 5, which I know there are some people, I don't know why, but again, that's just their opinion, and this is my opinion. But, decent chunk of special features. In fact, the Scream Factory releases of both these movies are basically repurposed versions of these. These are were repurposed for their standard, solo Blu-ray releases, which came out before the Scream Factory release, and then Scream Factory repurposed the Blu-rays for the box set. So whichever you decide, you're basically getting the exact same versions of the movies, whether you get them on DVD, get them on their solo Blu-rays, or get them within the 15-disc box set, or even the 10-disc box set. So that's why I just might as well just get these two. So yeah, that. Oh, forgot to show you the disc art and the back. Again, just like the Halloween 4 DVD, it's just basically the post art, which again is a cool art, not going to lie. And then here's the back. Okay, next is again another film I kept from the 15-disc box set, and another film I kind of hinted at, and that is Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, this is when they started to drop the, numbers, decided to stop numbering the films, and yeah, I think they started to realize. In fact, the reason this film was called The Curse of Michael Myers is because they jokingly said, oh, why don't we just call it The Curse of Michael Myers? Because the film was literally cursed from the start because it had such a troubled production. Yeah, I do not like this movie. I honestly don't like either cuts, but if I had to pick between the two cuts, because, let me talk about that real quick, actually. Now, one of the reasons why so many of us fans were excited for the 15-disc box set was because it was the first time they released the, unreleased producer's cut of Halloween 6, which, if you don't know what the producer's cut of Halloween 6 is, basically it is basically the original fully edited version of the film that was more in line of what the producers wanted, hence the producer's cut. So the producers like Malek Akkad and Mustafa Akkad and all of them, that's the version they wanted. And then the one we got in theaters is the theatrical cut, as we call it. And that's the version that the studio wanted and the director wanted. So Joe Chappelle, who directed the film, and also the Weinstein Company with Dimension Films, the theatrical cut is the version they wanted. So, and again, my personal opinion, I don't think either cuts of the film are really that great. But if I had to pick which one was the better version, I would say I go with the producer's cut. I prefer the producer's cut to the theatrical cut. Although there's one thing about the theatrical cut I prefer. Again, I'll discuss this in more detail with my review series and my rankings. So, Oh, and also I mentioned too, George P. Wilbur plays Michael Myers in this film. This is his second time as the character. He played him in Halloween 4, like I mentioned. And I will say, I think he did better. I think he did better in The Curse of Michael Myers than he did in Halloween 4. A lot of it has to do with his looks. I mean, take a look at him as Michael Myers in Halloween 4, full body and everything, and full body of him as Michael Myers in Halloween 6. I think he looks a lot better in Halloween 6. I like the mask a lot better. In fact, I even got a replica of that mask, which you'll see. Although I might need to get a new one because it's starting to show some signs of rotting, because that's what latex does. But anyway, this is probably the most chocked full movie of that 15-disc box set, because not only do you get the producer's cut, which is right here, and you get the theatrical cut. So, but because of that, you get special features on both discs. So there's a new audio commentary with the screenwriter Dan Ferentz and the composer Alan Howarth, which Alan Howarth composed the music, well, co-composed the music with John Carpenter for Halloween 2 and 3, and composed the music by himself for Halloween 4, 5, and 6. So, I wonder why he didn't came back to compose music for the franchise. Maybe one of these days he'll come back. We don't know. And then there's, at the time, like a lot of these are new special features, so I'm not going to say it. There's Jamie's Story, which is an interview with the original Jamie actress, Danielle Harris, which I talked about this in the video, but man, Danielle Harris really got screwed over with this film, and by the series at the end. Although she did came back to the series in Rob Zombie's Halloween, so it's like, eh. And then there's The Curse, which is an interview with producers Malika Cod and Paul Freeman, talking about basically the cursed production the film had and everything. There's Acting Scared, a look at the film's cast with actress Mariah O'Brien, J.C. Brandy. So, which if you don't know, Mariah O'Brien played the character Beth in the film, and J.C. Brandy replaced Danielle Harris as Jamie Lloyd, which I thought honestly J.C. Brandy did not a bad job. But man, did the fans actually like. One of the few times actually the fans actually really gave shit to actors. At least one few times. Doesn't happen nearly as bad as like the Star Wars franchise or stuff like that. But again, this is a horror channel, so we're not talking about Star Wars. And then there's The Shape of Things, which is a look at Michael Myers' murder and mayhem with makeup effects artist John Carl Buechler, who, if you don't know, also did the makeup effects for Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, and Brad Hardin and actor George P. Wilbur, who plays Michael Myers in Halloween 4 and 6. Then there's Haddonfield Horrors, The Sights of Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, with director of photography Billy Dixon, and production designer Brad Ryman, and director of photography for the additional scenes, which is for the theatrical cut stuff, so the stuff that was reshot for the theatrical version, Thomas Calloway. There's Full Circle, an interview with the film's composer Alan Howarth, cast and crew tribute to Donald Pleasence, which if you don't know, again, Donald Pleasence, who played the character Dr. Loomis throughout the franchise until this movie. This was his last movie because he passed away while on set before they even did the reshoot, so they had to have like stand-in for the reshoots and that. So that was nice that they gave him a tribute. Which, by the way, if you were to ask me, Joshua, what would be, like, who would be one of the actors, you know, mostly dead actors that have passed away that you would like to meet, one of them would definitely be Donald Pleasence. I would love to have met Donald Pleasence. So yeah, and then there's archival interviews and behind the scenes. There's behind the scenes footage, which the runtime is approximately 30 minutes. There's alternate and deleted scenes that are not present in either cut of the film. There's a teaser trailer for Halloween 6, more so during the producer's cut was coming about. And they combined the titles of two previous drafts of the script for the trailer, Halloween 666, The Origins of Michael Myers. And then there's a theatrical trailer, TV spots, and still gallery. So this is jam-packed with tons of stuff. Again, like I said, not only do you get the producer's cut and the theatrical cut of Halloween 6, but you also get this many special features. It's crazy. And again, this was one of the main things why we were so excited for this set for the 15-disc box set when it came out. It's because it had the never before seen producer's cut of Halloween 6, because for the longest time the producer's cut was only available on a very low quality bootleg, which I first watched it on a low quality bootleg online. And man, it did not look good. And man, I was surprised. Like, I will admit, even though I don't like either cuts of this film, I will admit they did a damn good job with the restoration of the producer's cut. It looks like a brand new movie almost. Honestly, I think it actually looks better than the theatrical cut of Halloween 6. Like, in regards to quality and all that different stuff. I already showed you the discs, art, and that, but here's the back. Just kind of basic. There's Michael. So yeah. Next up is another one I saved from the 15-disc box set, and honestly another one of my personal favorites, and that is Halloween H2O. So Halloween H2O again is one of my favorites in the franchise. I personally like it. I know there's some people, it's kind of like a mixed bag for people. Some people don't like it because of the different style and stuff like that, and different setting. Other people really enjoy it. I'm one of those people who really enjoy it. I still have some issues with the film, which again I'll talk about. But this also has jam-packed special features. There's a couple new ones. There's a new audio commentary with the director Steve Miner, which if you don't know who Steve Miner is, he directed Friday the 13th Part 2 and Part 3. He has had experience in the horror genre before. There is a new audio so yeah, there's a with Steve Miner, and also the audio commentary features Jamie Lynn Curtis, and it's moderated by Sean Clark, who, like I mentioned before, does the Horror's Hall of Ground series. And then there's a new making of Halloween H2O, which features Jamie Lee Curtis, Josh Hartnett, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe, I think that's how I pronounce her name, Nancy Stevens, Adam Hahn Bird, Tom Kane, editor Patrick Blushire, producer Malika Cod, producer Paul Freeman, composer John Ottman, Chris Durand, who plays Michael Myers in the film, writer Robert Zabia, I don't know, stunt coordinator, stunt co-coordinator Donna Keegan, makeup effects Brad Harden, and cinematographer Darren Okada. Might butchered a lot of those names, but so. And it has vintage interviews and behind-the-scenes footage and a theatrical trailer. So again, decent amount of special features. And again, the making of Halloween H2O featurette, the making of documentary is about an hour long, and it's brand new, so it has new interviews and that. At least brand new at the time when this box set came out. It's kind of old now because it came out in 2014, but still a rather good special feature. Like, you know, good chunks of information. So yeah, Halloween H2O. If you want to see the disc card, here's the disc card. Hold on, let me. There's the disc card. If you want to see what's on the back, that. So yeah, Halloween H2O. This summer, terror won't be taking a vacation. Next up, we got, again, another film that's in competition for one of my least favorite Halloween films, and arguably one of the worst films in the franchise, and that is Trick or Treat, motherfucker! Halloween motherfucking Resurrection. Now, here's the thing. I do have some enjoyment with this film. It's a bit of a guilty pleasure type film. And there are some legitimately good stuff in Halloween Resurrection, but for the most part, didn't like it. Surprisingly, there are people who do like this film. Surprisingly. I know I was shocked when I found that out, and for those who do, again, more power to you, but I didn't like it, so. But anyway, This is just a older DVD of the film. Dimension Films release. I don't know when this DVD came out. Had to be like 2003 when this DVD came out, because the film came out in 2002. So this must be a 2003 DVD release. If anybody knows, if I'm mistaken, just please let me know down below. There are special features for this film. There's a feature commentary with director Rick Rosenthal, which, if you don't know, Rick Rosenthal directed the original Halloween 2, so for those who like Halloween 2, that might have been really cool. And editor Robert A. Ferretti. There's a deleted and alternate scenes with the director's commentary. Webcam special with the director's commentary, which, if you don't know what the webcam special is, it's just basically the film, which is only the webcam scenes and not much music. There's a featurette tour on set with production designer Troy Hansen, on set with Jamie Lee Curtis featurette, headcam featurette, storyboard comparison, Spanish subtitles, French language track, just some technical stuff and that. So a decent amount of special features, and some of them are pretty good. Not gonna lie. So yeah, Halloween Resurrection, not a fan. I'll show you the discard here. It's just kind of bare bones discard. See? Although this comes with a scene selection here. So that's kind of cool. And then here's the back. And again, on the front it says here, terrifying. And then another person saying, one hell of a movie. And then back here saying, smart and scary. Surprising and fun. How much did the Weinsteins pay these people to say that? How much? Okay, another film I saved from the box set is film that I personally don't enjoy. There's, again, it's kind of like a mixed bag for me. There's some things that are some of the best of the franchise, and then some that's the absolute worst stuff of the franchise. So, and that is Rob Zombie's Halloween, his first remake. So, yeah, so this came out in 2007. I do like that poster art though, that's pretty cool. Again, like I said, it's kind of a mixed bag with this film. There's some of the best things in the franchise, of the franchise in this film, and then some of the absolute worst stuff of the franchise. The most I'll say is I did have to skip about 40 minutes of this film. This is a 2.5 hour film, to have it be somewhat watchable. And this was my first Rob Zombie movie. That's saying a lot. That's saying a lot if you have to skip 40 minutes of a film out of a 2.5 hour movie for it to be somewhat enjoyable or tolerable. There are special features on here. So this is the unrated director's cut, not the theatrical cut. For some reason, Rob Zombie just likes to have the director's cuts of his films, and from what I heard, the theatrical cuts are much better. So at some point I will track down the theatrical cut of this film. I do have the theatrical cut of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which I'll show you here and discuss more about that. But anyway, there's a director's commentary with Rob Zombie. There's deleted scenes with optional commentary, alternate ending with optional commentary, bloopers, which, by the way, the bloopers are fucking hilarious. They're on YouTube, so go check them out. If you have the Blu-ray or DVD, they are fucking hilarious, and it looks like the actors had a lot of fun on set. Honestly, I think it would have been one of the more fun sets to work on. Just again, it was fucking hilarious. And then there's a featurette, The Maniacs of Michael Myers. There's a documentary reimagining Halloween. There's a Meet the Cast featurette, casting sessions. There's the screen test of Scout Taylor Compton, who plays Laurie Strode in this movie. Theatrical trailer. And then there's a documentary on Dix 2 called Michael Lives, the making of Rob Zombie's Halloween, which is a 4.5 hour documentary. And the one thing I will say, I do think Rob Zombie could be a good director, but I would say this, I think he does so much better with special features. Man, he is great at special features. I'm not going to lie. because he goes into the nit and gritty about everything that goes into the making of his films. It's like, so yeah, I highly recommend checking out the 4.5 hour making of documentary, and then checking out some of the other ones too, because again, give lots of great insight. So yeah, so showing you the discs. So here's disc 1, which is the movie. It has a few special features, and then here's disc 2, which has the 4.5 hour making of documentary Michael Lives. And here's the back. Okay, now we're on to Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Now again, I did used to have the Blu-ray from the Scream Factory version, which was the unrated director's cut. And while I do like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which you'll hear that later on this channel as well, I know that's a controversial opinion, because most people, like most fans, hate this movie, but I personally like it. In fact, I enjoy it more than the first Rob Zombie's Halloween. And again, here it is. So I have the theatrical cut on here. Haven't seen it. One of these days I'll pop it in. And this does have a decent amount of special features. There's deleted and alternate scenes. There's audition footage, makeup test footage. There's a blooper reel. Captain Clegg and the Night Creatures music videos. Commentary with Rob Zombie and Uncle Seymour's Coffin stand-up routines featurette. So yeah, a decent amount of special features on here. So I got this one at one of the pawn shops here. Here's the disc art, just kind of bare bones. Well, it just kind of have a cool bit of Michael's Max on it. It says Halloween 2 Theatrical Edition. And then here's the back. Okay, and now I'm going to just give you a bit of a sneak peek of one of my more recent Blu-ray pickups. I do plan on showcasing this again for my May collection update video. I'm not going to talk too much about this. And that is Halloween 2018 on 4K. So I got this for a pretty decent price at Walmart. There was only one left, so I picked it up. And yeah, this is the second 4K Blu-ray that I own now. The first one being the Invisible Man remake that came out in 2020. So yeah, I don't have a 4K player, but eventually I will probably get one. So, and there's a decent amount of special features here. There's 2 discs here, so the 4K is special features here too. Doesn't really say much, but then there's on the Blu-ray, it includes deleted extended scenes, back in Hanville making of Halloween 2018. The original Scream Queen featurette, the Sound of Fear featurette, Journey of the Max featurette, and the Legacy of Halloween featurette. So, and here's the front of the poster image, and then here's the disc art for the 4K and the Blu-ray. I personally prefer the disc art for the 4K, and you'll see why. Just kind of standard for the Blu-ray, and see, doesn't that look a lot better? And then here's the back. Okay, so that's everything in regards to the movies I got. So I got a few of the film soundtracks actually. So the music that was composed for the films, and that first one I got here is the soundtrack album for the original Halloween 2, composed by John Carpenter and Alan Howard. Again, the one thing I'll say about this, I actually prefer the music on the CD over in the film. And when it's on the CD, man, the soundtrack is great. So this is the 30th anniversary expanded soundtrack of the film. So yeah, it has 18 tracks. So I was basically a lot of the tracks from the movie. So yeah, here's the CD. With the front of the CD has a poster image. Currently my vinyl player is has the disc, so I won't show you the disc. And then here's the back. So yeah, nothing special on the back, but this is a great soundtrack just by itself. Again, I much prefer listening to the soundtrack of this film on the actual soundtrack and not on the film. So, although I do love listening to this soundtrack both in the film and on the CD, and that is the soundtrack to Howling Freak Season of the Witch. Again, like I said, I'm a huge fan of this movie. This is the complete motion picture score. Has 25 tracks, basically has all the music from the film, composed by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth. This CD came out in 2008 and the Howling 2. But yeah, personally for me, I prefer, either way, I prefer the soundtrack to this over the soundtrack for Howling 2. I know that might be controversial, I don't know, but it's because I prefer, I actually enjoy listening to the soundtrack for this movie in the film as well as on the CD, whereas this, I prefer only listening to the score onto the CD and not so much the film. So that's why I think this is a better score. It's done by the same people, so yeah. And the last thing we got in this collection video is the score to Halloween 2018, which was one of the best parts of the movie. It was composed by John Carpenter. He returned to compose the music for the Halloween franchise, and he also composed music for Halloween Kills, and he's composing the music for Halloween Ends, so it's great to have John back. And he also co-composed the music for all three films with his son Cody Carpenter and his godson Daniel Davies. So there's the front. It does have a nice slipcase. Here's the back. Now the new films are being produced under the company Sacred Bones Records. So, and then here's the front without the slipcase, and the back. Here's the inside. It does have the track list. There's 21 tracks in here, and there's the three of the composers. John Carpenter's in the middle, and I don't know who the other two are, but the other two are his son Cody Carpenter and his godson Daniel Davies. So 25 tracks. This came out in 2018, of course, because that's when the film came out. And here's the CD art. Kind of cool. Now I know Sacred Bones Records did release an expanded version of the score, so I might pick that up at some point, which adds additional tracks. And at some point I will pick up the soundtrack for Howling Kills, which I'm thinking about picking up the vinyl, because I have a vinyl record player now, and I don't have any vinyl, so now I'm going to switch over to my phone and showcase you guys ones in my like the Macs and the toys I got. So yeah. So that's it for this collection video. See you guys next time.